Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Zeal Caden, CEO of Zealous Influence. We have an amazing case study for you today, a client success case study. Really, before we get into that, let me just empathize with you guys a little bit. If you're watching this, I know you're an attorney, you're at a law firm, or you're another high-ticket local business professional. You guys get pitched by SEO hucksters constantly that just ultimately, they're never going to get you results. They don't even know what they're doing. You move up the ladder a little bit. You get these perfectly well-meaning people who are marketing consultants who want to be able to offer SEO, or at that same tier you got let's say representatives at these big agencies that frankly are much better at selling SEO than they are at fulfilling it and actually getting results. And it's got to be frustrating for you guys. If you're watching this, you're probably not sitting at the top for all your rankings. That you'd like to. You're probably dissatisfied with the results you've been getting, and you must be wondering, like, just what does it look like to just be killing it, just absolutely crushing it with SEO nowadays. And if that is you, we have the coolest and best case study that I think you're going to see for some time to come. So with that being said, we're calling this presentation Advanced Attorney SEO. How we ranked number 2 for all, yes, all of our money keywords. Okay, so moving into the presentation, let's introduce you to our client. This is Jason Beam. He's the founder of Beam Law. He's been a client of ours for over 12 months now. When we met, he said, dude, I want to scale. What is everything you can do for me? And I told him, and he said, great, let's do all of that. So you gotta love that. You gotta love a client who's willing to go all in like that. And pretty unique for what you might hear for most SEO companies. We actually broke him in to ROI by month 4, and he's been sitting pretty ever since. So I know this isn't what you guys want to see. You guys don't want to see this guy smiling here. He's having a good time in San Francisco, right? That's not what you want to see. This is what you want to see, right? The results, of course. So let me direct your attention here. You can see here, this is a screenshot from a private window, no cookies or anything. You can see here, obviously, we got Yelp at number 1. What are you going to do? They're ranking really hot nowadays. You got the map block. Personally, I don't really even like the Google Maps stuff, but hey, whatever, it works. You can see here, we got the A spot on the map block, the map block, the B spot on the map block. Of course, that's actually an error. We petitioned Google multiple times to fix that, but hey, what are you going to do? They want to give us more real estate. Now, I want to direct your attention, though, to the number 2 organic spot, okay, which is actually, if you notice, it's Yelp, it's good, it's a rich snippet, but oh my, it's Beam Law on Yelp. Okay, very interesting, very interesting. This is for the search San Francisco DUI attorneys, mind you, but we ranked for all of these keywords with similar different setups. You can see here at number 3 organic, it's AVA, okay, they like to rank, what are you going to do? And of course, number 4 organic here, Beam Law as well, okay? Good stuff. Now, I'm going to be showing you exactly how we did that, how we were able to rank these profiles, get them on the maps, just push everything, anything that he wants to promote, we can rank it at the top. I'm going to show you guys exactly how we're able to do that. But first, let me show you live analytics just so you can see I'm not blowing smoke up your butt here or nothing. So you can see here, we started working with Jason here in September. He had a site, some developer, perfectly well-meaning web design guy had made a site. It just wasn't optimized for SEO at all, though. So we actually had to completely rebuild the site. He didn't even have Google Analytics. We set him up on Analytics. We started investing. You can see here it starts to break in big time in January. This is just, unfortunately, this is only the traffic to his firm website. So I can't actually show you all of the additional traffic over the top of this that he's been getting from, pulling traffic to his Yelp and to his Facebook in these different markets. But you can see here just a steady increase, until just recently. I'm stoked that this is we're doing so hot recently, because as you can see here, this last week was the last complete week, where this is a partial week still. It's on track to even break the record of last week. But you can see here, this last full week has just been amazing for Jason. So we're definitely coming off a win here. And yeah, you can see this is only Google organic traffic. Okay, and something really important that I'd like to direct your attention to here is these goal conversion rates. Okay, now 9.84%. What does that mean? Well, with Jason, we're tracking a couple things are getting tracked twice. Okay, so or a single thing is getting tracked twice. So what that means is for this conversion rate, Jason, we count that whenever anyone submits a web form lead, like a long form lead on his form on his site, whenever anyone engages with chat, and whenever anyone actually submits a verified lead in chat. So even if you were to cut that in half, though, you could cut this in half. That would still be an elite club, okay? And that's about what it is, about 5%, engagement conversion to leads. If you guys have an SEO guy or a marketer who's converting Google organic traffic, okay, across the lifetime of your site, into 5% of that into leads and engagements with your brand, whether it's a chat lead or a web form lead, I would personally like to kiss that guy's ring, okay? Because that is straight up Godfather status. Obviously, this isn't only me doing this. I can't take all the credit. We have an amazing team over here. Our certifiable geniuses here. But even if this is 5%, man, I mean, this is just insane. This was absolutely transformative to Jason's life and to his business, and it's a pleasure to be able to do that for him. So, moving into the case study, I'm going to show you guys exactly how we were able to do that. Okay, really exciting stuff. So, before we do that, let's call this long. Let's call the long shot on this. Tell you guys what's going to be happening with SEO now and into the future. First of all, traditional SEO is no longer enough, especially for you local businesses. Anchor text, keywords, on-site, off-site. There's more of a pie is developing, and it's really Google's beginning to get sophisticated. But there's also these new ways of discovering your firm, especially consumer-facing law firms. That, man, you guys really gotta adopt this stuff. So you need, as I'm saying, you need to optimize your entire organic presence. Okay, now what does that mean? Oh, also, bonus, these review sites rank awesome for your money terms, the big money terms like we showed you, San Francisco DUI attorney. That's a $50 plus cost per click just to get any meaningful amount of traffic, $50 plus cost per click, that we're just pulling down this traffic all day long. Top bidder on that's probably been $100 plus, right, for these clicks, and we're just pulling them down, dozens of clicks a day, just dozens of clicks a day for free. Obviously not completely free to Jason. He pays us a good amount of money every month, but hey, that margin, as we said, broke through and continues to break through even more and more every month, starting with month 4. So that was really cool. And as I'm saying, calling this long, I'm telling you guys, I know I have a little bit of insider information. I know what kind of companies are being built. I know where the priorities are in technology in Silicon Valley. And I can guarantee you, review sites are only going to get more important, especially for you consumer-facing law firms and high-ticket local businesses. So really, with that in mind, okay, all of these things in mind, I'd like to take you into the presentation. So step 1, really simple. This is review site optimization. Only need 2 bullet points on this. This is critical. My 2 favorite things to rank right now, what's working really well, are Yelp and also Facebook. Now, of course, the advantage here and what you should ultimately be striving to do is make your Yelp profiles and your Facebook profiles look really, really awesome. You want to get a lot of high-quality reviews. Within Yelp especially, we're seeing that Yelp is kind of a search engine unto itself. So if you're ranking highly within Yelp and then you're ranking your Yelp profile highly on Google, I mean, there's like just mind-boggling amounts of traffic on the table here that's like the highest buying intent traffic currently available on the internet. And of course, Facebook as well can rank really well. You want to get reviews on there. Put this together. I made a complete checklist for you guys. It's 4 pages, amazing content. Literally show you guys step by step how to optimize these, how to rank, how to make yourself rank on Yelp, and also how to really, really, really increase the conversion rates for the people visiting your sites, for the people visiting these review sites, whether they're searching on Yelp or Facebook or they're actually just landing on you from the search engines. If you're going to implement step 2, you can actually rank here on the search engines, as we're going to show you, or as we just showed you. We're going to show you how to do it in just a second. So yeah, we got that whole optimization checklist for you. Just do that. That'd be about 20 minutes of video content if I were going to go through it with you. So let's just abridge that. 4 pages, formatted it in a black and white so you guys can just print it out. It's really easy, no crazy graphics. Print it out, have someone in your office do it or do it yourself. Super easy. Okay, and this is like how to break the freaking algorithms, all right? Like literally, we're calling it how to ethically force these review sites to rank you at the top. And it's just a matter of knowing what they're looking for and also, of course, avoiding penalization, thinking, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years out. So with that being said, let's move on to step 2. Step 2, okay guys, this is ultimately this step. This step is ultimately what is going to separate the champions from the people who are horrified of being in the ring with the champions, okay? And if you've been the guy who's been horrified, you're just getting crushed in SEO, this is what you really need to know. Okay, so with that being said, here's how we're doing it. Here's how we're just pulling down all these crazy rankings for Jason on Maps, on his Yelps, on whatever, literally on any new site that comes up. This is how we're doing it. So what we got to do, as you can see, the title here is Build, Own Media, and Promote Like Hell. Owned media is a term, PR term, it's been around for decades, right? What we're doing is we're actually going out and building this portfolio of high quality owned media, really rich owned media on these Web 2.0 sites. Okay, and we're actually building these sort of branded. You can do branded or you can do topic centric, but go out and build them. And I say 10 plus. That is pretty firm. Like if you want to really be competing, and have a chance of outranking guys who are really investing a lot into SEO. Obviously, you have to invest. And with that being said, I also like the ones that can actually pull traffic from within their platform. So really right now I like Tumblr a lot, I like WordPress a lot. Really any popular Web 2.0 is going to do great. Critical thing is they have to have regular links, right? Or do follow links, not what would be called no follow links. If you guys want to find a larger list of this, what I would recommend is just do a Google search for something like Web 2.0s for link building. Usually they won't include any no follow references. Okay, and really all you're going to do is make expert content educating consumers in your category. So what that means is if you're a bankruptcy attorney, you're basically going to want to make a bunch of fully fledged blog posts or instructional guides on. Kind of think of just like the FAQs that people are constantly asking you, maybe questions that somebody asks on the phone, and you can tell that's kind of a buying question. So, the way that you answer that kind of assists you in your close. You can absolutely carry that out onto the internet, and you should do it on these portfolio of high quality owned media sites. Now, you want all the content to be unique on these different sites, but of course it can have similar topic areas, okay? And then, let's see what's happening next. Oh yes. Okay. So that being said, that's the creation step. You really need to go out and do that. As we say, 10 plus. What I would recommend is, if you just want to hit a really competitive market, you definitely just do 10. Like one really competitive market, say like big city plus, DUI plus personal injury plus criminal defense plus bankruptcy. I mean, all you guys, divorce. I mean, God, all you attorneys, really the consumer facing stuff. You can make a ton of money. Obviously, you just need this high traffic volume. So. Really, you want to do that, build the portfolio. Then you want to get links back, okay, to this portfolio of owned media. And this is ultimately what's going to determine your SEO results. Like everything up until this point is kind of just like useful and needs to happen, but the curve just goes nuts. Like when it's like, okay, build, and then get links, the curve just goes like, I'll draw the curve, right? It's just like build, boop, and then that's links. If that makes sense, okay? I like charts and graphs. So that's basically what we're talking about here. Now, so how do you get the links, of course? Well, if you guys, this is what you want to do specifically to avoid penalties. So before we get into how, let's talk about avoiding penalties. You want to link back to the profiles that you want to rank. So whether it's a Facebook page, a Yelp page, you can definitely do both. If you're entering multiple markets, multiple cities, I would suggest possibly going over 10. Of these depends on sort of the link building heat that you have behind you, the resources that you have available. But ultimately, a best practice, I can guarantee you now and into the future, is you do not want to use exact match anchor text anymore. Google is like just so against that now. All these penguin penalties and everything you're hearing about. The one formula, the only thing you really need to remember is just always do a unique variation of that exact anchor text. Maybe some brand text as well, but always use a unique variation of that exact anchor text when you're linking from your portfolio of owned media to these sites that you want to rank, whether it's your money site, as we would call it, your firm site, or your Yelp thing, or your Facebook thing, or other stuff that comes out, after this video, maybe whatever rises to popularity. The trick is, let's say you want to rank, obviously as this example, it would be like Austin Tax Attorney or Tax Attorney Austin. An anchor text that you might use once is best Austin tax attorneys. Again, let's say you're linking to now your Yelp profile from one of these owned media. Then you link it like Austin tax attorney on Yelp. Again, you can see here variation cannot be understated. Okay, guys. So just seriously vary it up. Put variations on the exact match. If you want, you can also link to your homepage. Use brand text. Mix it in, as you can see, your Austin tax attorney on Yelp. Just add those kind of variations. Something that seems natural as a citation. Really critical. Okay, and as I would say, I would do a unique variation 100% of the time now. And let's see. So once you've built that portfolio, let me tell you guys. Okay, path to SEO enlightenment and riches, if you will. No, we'll go with enlightenment. The path to SEO enlightenment is just littered with skeletons. Okay, and what I mean by that is there's a lot of people, they'll go in, they built this, maybe they get some results, they don't even really get results. They go in, they build it, and then they quit. And that's a skeleton, right? So what is ultimately going to get you guys that growth curve that we plotted out is these links, okay, that cannot be understated. You need to go be getting more links than all of your competitors, better links than all of your competitors, because SEO is a competitive game, all right? So what that means, and how you're going to do that. Now you go out, you get good links pointing to this portfolio, as well as, of course, your money site. You want to be organically increasing, the relevance of your big firm site. But you also want to be pointing links to this portfolio because that gives you all the power. Oh yeah, let me explain why we're even doing it like this. Let's say one day Yelp decides that, or Facebook or whatever, they decide, or even Google decides that they no longer want to rank those Yelp profiles, or Yelp says, we don't want you doing this stuff anymore to kind of piggyback on our authority. Great, that's totally cool. They can say that's their business, I guess. If you had built those links directly though, and went out and earned all those backlinks and had them point directly from like this amazing link source directly to that profile, everything would be lost. And really Yelp would have all the power because they could just redirect your link juice wherever they wanted. Whereas doing it this way, by pointing it to the portfolio, you're just building this massive well of authority that you can just go dip into. If it's like, okay, Yelp no longer wants us to rank, great, we redirect all our links to Facebook. You have an intern do it, obviously have an agency do it if you're working with an agency. Takes no time at all. Takes like, maybe if you do this amazingly and you have tons of content with all this unique links, that takes an intern about 2 hours, okay, 2 to 3 hours, to go and update all of those links across your entire portfolio. Okay, so that's why we're doing it this way. It's all about keeping the power, ultimately giving you the control. Okay, now step 2 is kind of step 2B here. We did 2A. Step 2B is get the good links pointing to this portfolio. Now you understand why. How do we do it, right? Well, whenever you're going to get a link back to your firm, anyways, right, try to get them to add a link to one of these portfolios. Now, what I mean by that is, of course, you guys are further along, you're doing press, maybe you're guest posting, you have great relationships with these journalists. Whenever you get cited as a source, or you're going to get a link back to your firm, what I would recommend doing is just asking, hey, could we also provide a link to this resource that we built for our brand? It's really useful, high value content. Could you please link to it as well? I would say 80% of the time, even if you make that pitch super sloppily, because they're already giving you one link, they'll probably give you 2. Okay, when we're doing it, we get 100% pretty much because we negotiate this up front. But I mean, you guys, it's not that difficult. Like if they're gonna give you a link already, the battle is basically won. Now it's just time to say, hey, can we just link here as well? Like that would be really useful for us. And basically anyone, press or guest blog post, whatever, they'll pretty much let you do it. Okay. Now, how do we talk? Now let's talk about how do we get backlinks. There's so many ways. Again, I could pretty much teach like a seminar on backlinks at this point, like Tony Robbins style, like 5 days, just on backlinking. So with that being said, you guys, the information is out there. Really, as attorneys, you shouldn't be spending a lot of your time investing in just learning how to do like technical SEO or building the stuff up yourself, even if you're super scrappy in the beginning. Maybe it's a good idea if you're like just starting out fresh out of law school, but if you have any capital whatsoever, obviously investing into SEO with someone who's going to get you results that's pretty much the best thing. But that being said, there's tons of ways to do this. Don't think of it as backlinking. What you should be doing as an attorney is like, how is this going to build my brand? So guest posting on authoritative blogs, obviously, you have relationships with journalists, be a source. Charity donations are cool, right? Like some charities will provide you a link on their donor page. That's fun. Of course, there's paid inclusion. Sometimes you got to pay to play. Webmasters got to eat. Not much more to say about that than that. And there's just so much more. There's so many innovative ways to get links out there. Obviously, there's what we would call quote-unquote white hat stuff. There's quote-unquote gray hat stuff. At the end of the day, you just need to get these super powerful links, and you need to get them in droves. Okay, so you need a system for that. And typically, if you're an attorney, you're watching this, this is not where your effort is going to be best spent. Your effort's going to be best spent on making sure your content's good, making sure your brand's well represented, and then making sure that you have someone incredibly, incredibly confident going out and doing this for you. So that being said, let's see what my next bullet is. Oh yeah, that being said, this is the most important part, right? So it's kind of a catch-22 for you guys because you want to get these results, but you shouldn't, be doing it yourself. I don't know. But this is ultimately what is going to determine your results. Okay, so all I can say, do not skimp on this. Like, this is how we just roll into markets and dominate and rank at the top every single time. Every single time. It's because we go out, we get the best links, we have the most tenacity, okay? So that being said, agencies and marketers, obviously you guys are watching this. You know what to do. I know some of you guys are going to be watching this. And hey, you want to implement this strategy? That's going to create more competition, but we don't mind. We really don't. I want to see everybody win, okay? And attorneys, look, this is just going to be blunt honesty with you guys. Typically, if I'm giving a presentation, giving a talk, and it comes time to talk about resources or different agencies you could hire, if we're talking about like content writing, you need to get your content written. I would just say, just work with an agency, digital marketing, advertising, just work with an agency. Find someone you jive with in your cost tier that you're comfortable with, and just go to work with them. However, when it comes to SEO, because this is so brutally competitive and the number of spots at the top are fixed, there's a static number. There's only 3 top spots, right? And there are a lot of people who would like to be in those top 3 spots, but at the end of the day, who's going to be in those top 3 spots? Well, I can tell you our clients are, frankly, because we just go out and win. We have the most tenacity. We're just ultimately more competent, and we have better processes for getting links. And we just, at the end of the day, we got more heart. We put more heart into it, and we're frankly just better at it than everyone else. And because we have, really, it comes down to tenacity, though. Like, our DNA is to just go so hard for our clients and get those results. That because this is competitive, if let's say you watch this presentation, you go out, you work with another agency, right? Hey, that's cool. Work with whoever you want. But let's say one of your competitors comes, and and this, I hate to use scare tactics like this, but I'm being honest here. Okay, this is the truth. You go out, you work with another agency. Competitor comes, maybe a competitor you don't like so much, right? Even a competitor who's less competent than you, but they hire us. Well, we sign non-competes, and so what that means is, ultimately, at the end of the day, that competitor is going to outrank you. They just are, because we're going to crush whatever other agency you decide to work with. That's just what we do. So don't hate us, just work with us, please. I would invite you to, okay? So that being said, let's lighten the mood a little bit. Got some great free goodies for you guys, all right? Obviously, you want to take your review site rankings to the next level. Implement what you learn in the checklist. You're watching this now. You're watching on the Zealous Influence site. You should have already entered your email address. If for somehow you haven't, you definitely want to claim that checklist. We got 2 unannounced sections. Really going to help you guys out. Okay, put a lot of thought into this. This is based on our strategy. Processes that we use internally, just makes it a breeze, makes it much easier, much faster, much more effective to get all this step 1 and step 2 stuff done, particularly step 1. This is just like everything that we talked about in step 1 of this is just like, boom, do this, implement the checklist. You guys are going to love it. And I'm going crazy over here. Somebody stop me. We got a $300 off coupon for you. Okay, I want to make it dead simple for you guys to make sure that this gets done for you the right way. So if you don't want to do it in your office, you want to make sure a pro's doing it. Is usually a $349 service to actually have us do this for you, do your profile optimization. That means we'll go out, research your market, completely do all the research, formulate your what we would call your GCS keyword list, which is the massive combination of all the keywords you could potentially want to rank for. We'll create a strategic report based on market demand for you, and then we'll actually we'll rewrite one of your profile descriptions for you for one of these review sites, whether it's Yelp, Facebook, whatever you want. We'll rewrite that for you and kind of load it in a way that really is just superior as far as indexation and having those keywords baked in a way that's really organic, really natural, and really powerful. $300 off, usually a $349 service. Get yours. Now only 49 bucks. Okay, as long as this offer's online and you're seeing this, that should be live. As long as the link is live in that checklist, okay, then you know that this deal is still on. So this may be a limited time thing. I don't know. It depends on what the demand is, but really, let's just move it along, because at the end of the day, we would love to help you out. Okay. I made this $49 offer. This was my idea. I said, you know what? Let's just make it dead simple for people who want to work with us to become a customer. And that being said, the best way to get our attention now is to just take the $49 offer and become a customer. We can talk about whatever you want once you're in our camp. Obviously, we're happy to reveal a little more sensitive information and directly talk with you You want to get escalated up to me, especially, we get these guys trying to submit all kinds of questions and just get like free advice through our lead forms. That we don't really pay attention to that. But you become a customer, you're in our camp, you want to get escalated up to me, that's totally possible, right? Just formulate whatever you want to talk about. And, by taking the $49 offer, that's totally possible. We would love to help you guys out. And follow me. Follow me on Twitter, all right? Zeal Caden on Twitter for sweet technology and marketing updates. Okay, and you guys stayed with me to the end of this presentation, so I'm going to put a little Easter egg here for those of you who are with me, all right? The reason I'm saying follow Zeal Caden, guys, and not follow Zealous Influence is because we're working on something within our organization over here, okay? We're creating some technology. It's going to make the world a better place for attorneys, for consumers, for everybody, okay? And, I'd love for you to follow me to be a part of that journey. We're going to be maybe rebranding our organization here and taking it out to just a whole nother level. So if you want to stay in touch with me and kind of follow that journey, and let's just say it's going to be one hell of a ride, all right? Especially for you attorneys and you high-ticket local businesses. We've really cracked the code on how to help consumers and help you guys get discovered. And so with that being said, I would love to help you guys out. Follow me on Twitter. Take the $49 offer. We'll do it for you. We'll do it right. And if you don't want to, hey, no hard feelings. Just implement what you learn in the checklist. But I really suggest take the $49 offer and ask whatever questions you have once you're in our camp. We're happy to reveal sensitive information and different things that we found once you're in there. All right, so I look forward to seeing with you guys. Hope you enjoyed this presentation. I know it was a lot, but man, I can tell you, you implement this. You implement what you just learned in this presentation. That's how you go to the next level. That is how you dominate a market straight up, okay, from now into the future. And if it's updated, we'll update this presentation. But as long as you're watching this, it's working, okay? So that being said, go out there, go implement. Obviously, the scrappiest survive, right? So it's really all about who can implement, guys, who can get it kicking and who can kick it the hardest. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Have a great day, have a great night, have a great week wherever you are. And we would love to help you guys out. And please, if you have any comments, anything that you're comfortable discussing publicly that you'd like advice on, or anything that you'd like to see, whether it's another case study or particularly advice on any given subject of SEO or digital marketing for your law firms or other local businesses, just leave it in the comment section below. We'd love to help you out. All right. So that being said, just have a great life, guys. Life is so beautiful. Really cherish every moment. And yeah, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.